right, our very special guest right here on stage is Sean Paul, the DUTTYCUP international recording star. Now, Sean, I know you have a lot of detractors in Jamaica. And part of this interview is to give you the opportunity to speak to them a little bit for us, because we think you're doing a fantastic job for Jamaica and for Jamaica's music and for dancehall, and that you're as much Jamaican as anybody else. So how do you deal with all this talk about, you know, people challenging you to man up, to show us your credentials all the time?
I mean, sometimes it does get to me to a point where I would say something on the internet where people say, "Wow, what him say? Done with him." And then most of the time I kind of ignore. You know, you're always going to have people that are, as you call it, detractors or haters, people that don't like what you're doing. You can never really control or be liked by everyone.
Yes.
But when it comes on to, you know, how I deal with them, I think most of them kind of silent, mostly.
Okay.
You know, I just kind of try to make my work.
That's why we're asking about it, because you don't answer.
Yeah, a lot of the time I don't answer. I mean, people,
aren't you hurting by some of these? Sometimes
it is. You know, I've just gone and done some shows like in Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan, and a lot of people don't know those areas. In terms of even international artists, when I say that to people like, you know, the jail or they're like, where you go? I've never been there. I've never, you know, I've never heard of a place such as that, which shows to me the strength of my career, but also the strength of what dancehall has done for me, and that I'm still pushing the flag and pushing dancehall music and culture to certain places where I have probably never even heard of certain artists, or have never even heard of the mainstream, what dancehall is to us.
Yes.
You know, reggae and dancehall is our heartbeat. It is our people's dreams and aspirations, our likes and dislikes. It is what we feel and talk about. It's our struggles. It's our rebellion. You know, it is a way for us to be heard.
Do you feel that we, Jamaicans, are holding you to a different standard?
I think we always do that. Jamaica always do that. With every artist too. I mean, I've gone
not just you, Sean
No,
Paul,
not just me.
The Uptown youth?
For sure. I mean, I've always stood out as different as the Uptown youth, and I always try to make it be like, you know, make me see the glass half full then, instead of half empty. So I use that to my advantage. I mean, I was like, well, if that's what people see me as different, then I stand out. So that's great.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it helped me to get make my name fairly quickly in Jamaica. Once it started to come out and the song started to come out and people started to say, oh, it's an Uptown kid. That's different. But I use it to my advantage over the years. And then when it comes on to even today, I mean, I sat on a plane with an old Cuban lady, an elderly Cuban lady. And she said, you look like, them time I used to wear my chain and thing. And she said, you look like a rapper, you look like an artist. And I'm say, yeah, I do music. And she said, what type of music? I said, reggae and dancehall music. And she said, oh, I know reggaeton. I'm saying, no, not reggaeton. And so I had to explain to her and show her the difference. To me, reggaeton comes from what we've done.
Yes.
And over the years now, I've gravitated towards doing back work with certain people like that. Because at this point in time, as I'm telling you, it's more full frequency mind state that I'm on.
All right.
Before, I was defending dancehall for sure. Now I'm expanding. Reggaeton, sometimes it's annoying when people think that they came first.
Yeah.
But I'm still involved in trying to put my stamp, or the Jamaican stamp, on those things to just prove how versatile we are.
How important is being accepted by Jamaica?
That is the main thing for me, you know, Winfred. That is the main. I mean, when people ask me, how you feel when you get this Grammy or you get the American Music Award, those things are in my house put down. I don't really look at them. I don't really talk about them much. Those are the cream on the top of the crop. When people ask me what's my favorite memories of the breakthrough moments, I can remember climbing over the fence, trying to get into a Stone Love dance out on Fort Clarence, out by Port Tennyson Road. Was one of their anniversaries, and I couldn't get into the gate. I never had a link at the gate. I was a very young DJ at the time, but I know that people heard my song, rate my song, but I just wanted it to be, I wanted people to see me at the time. I can remember climbing over the fence. And those things remind me, or those things are the things that make me happy when I first remember those things. My first performance on stages like Sting in 1998, or was it 97? My first performance, you know, on Reggae Sumfest. Those kind of things, it made me happy. Because what I started to write these songs for was to show people in this country who I am.
Yes.
I think that a lot of times, you know, we are such a small country out of many one people, but we're still segregated.
Yes.
And it has a lot to do, not with, I think it's more money prejudice in this country.
Yes, a class thing.
Yeah, it's a class thing, and I, for one, kind of want to fight it down. I think that we should be considered as all equal. When I look at other Caribbean countries, sometimes I feel away when I go to their country and see how them live with each other. When I go to countries abroad and see how they live with each other and the love that they have for Jamaica. And I come here and see that we love Jamaica too, but sometimes we don't have enough love for ourselves.
Yes.
We always seeing one rise and then feel away, say, oh, them are left way. So start hate upon them. And that is my experience still. It's not everybody that I'm speaking of, but there's a lot of times that I think that we could be a much more powerful nation if we endorsed each other and helped each other to rise instead of...
Celebrate, not alienate.
Yeah, exactly.
And you seem to be now at a better place
For sure.
than previously.
Yeah, for sure.
You're more comfortable with all the stress.
More comfortable with all of that because I've been going through it for a long time, and as I said, it makes me stand out, and,
Yes.
and it's probably a lot easier for me in that respect to say, all right, just leave it alone. Leave those. One day, people will understand the magnitude of what has happened to me in my career and what I've been able to do for this music. I mean, since the past over 10 years now, I've been one of the main, I can say, dancer artists who has been on charts in many different countries and also on radio play.
Yes.
That spreads it a lot more than the biggest song that would be here. So, you know, I mean, not to blow my horn, I'm not somebody like that, but as the question is posed to me, how do I feel sometimes about the support here? I have to say sometimes it really doesn't feel like the country is behind what has happened. And I mean, I know that's not everybody. A lot of people, I was on a radio station yesterday, people call in and say, yo, do what you do, I love it.
Yes.
I love how you wave the flag, and I get that respect, but also I get a lot of people sometimes and look at me and they're used to you. But that's our country, we are a small country.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And it's great news to know that you're dealing with it much better now,
Yeah.
Sean, and you're at a better place. Because the race is not for the swift.
Truly.
And you have been out there, and when the work is calculated, when the work is assessed, as we have done now for this interview, we're seeing an impressive consistency that is enviable, that is unmatched in many, many instances.
And I want to tell you, it may be, as you said, enviable, but as I was saying before, it's better we uplift each other.
Yes.
It's better we look and say, boy, that's a great thing for our flag. Like when I see, you know, a lot of attention going towards our sports people, I don't feel in any way, boy, I have to compete with them. I feel great, especially uplifted for the whole country. When I see things like Tessa and Chin happen, you have to love that. I have to praise that in every way that I can. You know, the people will do something good, and then the next time something bad happens to them, like so to speak, come home and hear say, yo, me hear so one girl, I sue you. And that's an issue that I've never really spoken about before.
Yes.
It's something that just came up out of the blue, and I'm like, sue me for nothing. She cannot even sue me. I've never been, there's no case there, but that's what they remember. They don't remember the American Music Award and those years. They don't remember me doing songs with such great artists and doing certain hits, because it's overpowered by that. And I think that we need to pay attention more to the positive now.
But unfortunately, I have to ask you to explain a little more for us, because it's all over the social media.
Yeah,
This
for sure.
case, this Swedish
Yeah.
lady's person is suing you for
Yeah, she's trying
for
to
8
sue.
million US. Trying. So
Trying.
there's no suit.
No,
filed yet.
because what she claims happened in Jamaica when I was not here.
Yes.
And also she's filing a suit in New York, which it can't exist. So she tried to file the suit, but it never been taken up by the courts.
Okay.
So,
oh.
So those things are things that that people will remember immediately. Yo, I hear said this and that I go on.
Yes.
But when you look at it now, you can compare those things to just being, that's a bad news then.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you can't compare it to what has been done in this career, my career, for the country, for
But the truth is,
my own self.
truth is though, if it gets big enough, everybody would be looking at who this guy is. Why are we interested in the story
True.
of him being sued? Your body of work and your achievement will also be relevant.
Yeah.
And and everybody, including mainstream international media, will be delving into that to see, because the bigger you
Well,
are
until
and the more you have achieved is the more important the
True.
story
It
of
becomes.
somebody suing you.
But look on this situation. The people in is a newspaper in America showed me the day before it come out.
Yes.
I said, we just want you to know we're running this story. I looked on the story and I said, but you know, so that's a foolish though. And they were like, yes, we know that. We don't believe that, but we're still running it because it's going to sell our papers. And I said, all right. So they gave me the courtesy of shouting me first and saying, this is going to happen. But I mean, in this life, this entertainment life, those things seem to be, way overshadow the other things,
And while we mention it, since we're talking about it, I must sum it up for you what it is. She's suing Sean for breaking her heart, to put it to put it in summary, right? More or less. And she was tempted to commit suicide. She tried to kill herself. And she's suing you for all of this stress
a lot of things
that
she
you caused her.
complain about in certain things, whatever she has put out on the internet. I just want to make my fans know personally, I have nothing to do with that. And so, when you see people that are delusional, I can only send love to them. I can only say
So
that I hope.
there was no relationship?
No, not at all. I'm a married man. And so that's been something over quite a few years now that, of course, it caused a lot of stress on us. But,
On your family?
Yeah, but I pray for her and her family. And I hope that her family is basically, taking care of her. She's obviously delusional, so,
But things like this happen to stars all the time. And
yeah, but most of it has not
how
happened to
prepared
me.
were you aware that these things happen?
Yeah, every now and then it has been happening to me over a couple of years. In the States or somewhere, you get somebody kind of follow you around. Like I remember a girl following us around in the States. I remember someone in Europe, in Italy, just stayed us down. Every time I look out the window of the hotel, them down there, same white pants. I said, Treaty, what that? But it's like, it's like those were not in my hometown.
Yeah, okay.
This is my home. This is where people that I care dearly about is, and people that care about me.
Okay. Talk about your his family. His family. You're a married
Family
man
good,
now.
yeah.
How many kids now?
No kids yet. Working
kids yet.
towards it. Yeah.
Are you working on that?
Working towards that. Yeah.
Okay.
This career. I'm here 2 weeks. I'm out for a month. I'm back for 3 days. I'm out for 4 weeks again. I come back for 5 weeks. Then I'm out for 2 weeks. It's very weird timing. And so I kind of have decided over the years to kind of concentrate on what I'm doing. But lately, my brother has had a young baby, Sarah, and she's a warmth of my heart right now, and I'm looking towards doing that myself. But everything coming its time.
Good.
Yeah.
And mom is good?
Yeah, everybody's good. Can't
Nice.
complain.
All right. So, Sumfest, sir, talk a little bit now about what can you tell us about what's going to happen in Montego Bay? Last time you were there 10 years ago, Beyonce and Destiny's Child were with
It was
you.
a big look.
Yes.
It was a big look. That was a whirlwind for me. As people ask me, and I look at pictures of things that have happened, and some things I don't even remember. I remember it a certain way, and then when I see the pics, it sparks up so much different memories that I just put aside. Reason being, it's not because I didn't like it. It's just because time. I'm somebody that thinks that if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's your mind too,
Okay.
and that's your career too, and that's instead of me sitting down and reminiscing always about what this I've been able to achieve right now, I want to move on, and so I sweep it aside,
Okay.
and I move on. I think that Sumfest this year now I've moved on so much that I've become, my practice has become perfect. I think that you know, the show that we have put together, me and the band, we have 4 new dancers, is a really great show.
Can't wait to see it,
I
sir.
gave people a taste at Shaggy's,
Yes.
Shaggy's and Friends, but I think this one is going to be much more solid and
The full 100 this
yeah,
year.
yeah, full frequency.
Looking for it next week at Reggae Sumfest. And speaking of Reggae Sumfest, on stage will be coming from location at Catherine Hall. Reggae Sumfest next Saturday. Thank you so much.
Me say, let me take you away. See, yeah.